Hello and welcome to Booze and Tunes podcast featuring myself, Thomas T. Rads Radley, as well as my good friends, I was Hunky Shunky Assaiante.
Yo.
As well as Boney Crone's Caveman Bon Jove.
Hi, everyone.
Bon Jove.
And last but certainly not least, Lee Wogo Woogie.
Dicks.
This is podcast number 5. We want to welcome you joining us, whether returning viewers or the first time. We are the 4 morons who discuss all things music. Tonight, we clearly have 2 new people on the podcast. We have 2 guests joining us due to scheduled conflicts, and we've been wanting to get these gentlemen on the podcast for quite some time now. They make up 3/4 of the Lonely Collective, of which we all belong to in music. So shout out to that real quick. Lee, I hope you put like a button in here in post-editing. What I want to get into today, of course, to start out as we do with all podcasts, I want to get down to the new releases that came out this week. So first and foremost, one that I was excited about came out today was Foo Fighters' new single, Shame, Shame. Their new album, Medicine at Midnight, comes out February 5th, 2021. Did anybody listen to this song? Has anybody heard about this album? Am I alone here?
Dave Grohl's pretty decent guy.
That's something.
I listened to the song and I thought it was good. I thought it was a good song. Nothing was like crazy special to me, but
yeah, I mean, I liked it more than whatever the fuck the last album was called. I don't even remember because that's how forgettable it was for me.
Concrete and Gold was
I did not
good.
like Concrete and Gold at all, man. I haven't really liked like a Foo Fighters record as a whole since like Wasting Light. There really wasn't much for me on that one. I mean, well, after that one.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, that was like the only one that I like the whole way through. I'm just like, wow, diverse songs, flexing their songwriting skills.
All right, no, I like it. Shunk, did you listen to the Foo Fighters song?
I'm honestly unaware they dropped anything.
Okay. Well, to be fair, they dropped it out of nowhere today on a Sunday. Whatever.
Yeah.
But their new, like I said, their new album, Medicine at Midnight, comes February 5th. I mean, I'm excited one way or the other. I do love me some Foo Fighters, love me some Dave. It's just like I really hope they make a return to form. I think the biggest thing on Concrete and Gold for me was the mixing. I really did not like the mixing of that album. There were songs, what was it? Something about the heaven or a stairway, or maybe I'm just thinking of Stairway to Heaven.
This guy is a neighborhood.
This guy is a neighborhood. That's actually exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah. That song was great, but again, the mixing, the vocals are like so low in the mix that I don't understand what aesthetic that they may have been going for, to be honest. But here's to hoping the new record is better than that. Moving on, we have the Kid LAROI with Savage EP. I believe this was, so his album was Fuck Love. We can bleep that if we need to. That was a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, and now he has released Fuck Love, Savage as an EP. Did get a chance to listen to at least the lead single with NBA Youngboy and Internet Money. Tragic. I mean, to be honest with you, I see no versatility in this kid's work whatsoever. Every single song sounds exactly the same to me. He's not untalented, but it's just the same thing over and over again. I assume Shunk had a chance to listen to this. What do you think?
Honestly, I think the Kid LAROI is a problem. I think, especially for his age, he's really fucking talented. And I did get a chance to listen to the album, and I don't think there was one song I didn't like, but it was kind of it was kind of forgettable. I mean, I didn't dislike anything, but
like I said, it's not that he's untalented. It's just that I feel like literally all of his music sounds the same. It's not like one of those where it's like, oh, he sticks into the same genre. Almost every song hits the same, has the same refrains, like the same flows. Like it's really just a very repetitive work. And, Lee or Krone, you guys listen to this at all?
I did listen to the song "Tragic."
Okay. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I thought the production was good, and this is my first exposure to what is it, LAROI something?
Yeah,
the Kid LAROI, yeah.
The Kid LAROI. He's a good voice. Production was good. I thought it was catchy. My one thing that I like picked up on is how the song, it's like kind of based around the whole like, I think the lyric is like, I didn't have shit, now I'm living lavish, and I just feel like that like trope or whatever is so overused now in rap, where it's like I get the importance of it, but I'm just hearing it so many times, not in like new exciting ways.
Now, just to capitalize on that idea real quick, there has been a lot of memes about this. LAROI is 17 years old. He is white, and he is from Australia. And he is from the rural side of Australia, so like farms and whatnot. I mean, be that as it may, we have no idea what has actually happened in his life. You know, could have been any number of things, really. But with that being said, not exactly the most diverse background, I guess I would say. Not the hardest upbringing, or so it would seem.
You've seen some of the spiders?
Lee Wargo, I was gonna say thoughts on this, but never mind. Go fuck yourself. Moving on to my favorite song of the week was "Fool's Gold" by Aries. Huge shout out to Aries. Love them. Have loved them. Kid's fantastic. Raps it, sings it, produces it, shoots his own videos. The kid's a mastermind. I know Lee has heard this because we listened to it numerous times. Either of you guys heard this one, and what are your thoughts?
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, I have not gotten a chance to listen to it.
So Aries is like, he's a singer, songwriter, not so much of a rapper. I suppose you would say he's more in like the Post Malone kind of realm of that stuff. But he really, it's a lot of like emo, sing-songy kind of stuff. Shunk, honestly, I think you would love it. I really do. I've probably showed you a couple of his songs before, if I'm being honest, but he's very talented, and from what I understand, he is now signed as a joint venture under his own label or imprint, Wonderworld, through Sony/Columbia. So that's exciting. The new video for Fool's Gold, I mean, it did like 200,000 views in a day. He's definitely going to be a big star. Millions of streams, but he's one to look out for, I will say that much.
I'll have to check it out.
Sure.
You were saying he does it all himself, and like anybody who kind of does that,
he actually, fun fact, he started as like a production, like, oh, this is how I remade this beat, and this is how, like, I made this beat, check this out on YouTube. And then he took a couple 100,000 subscribers and turned it into a pretty solid fan base. His initial EP, Welcome Home, was reviewed by Fantano, got a 6 out of 10. I think the YouTube community right there, definitely playing some friends there, but definitely a talented artist. So moving on from that, though, the Nav album. I mean, I just don't ever want to listen to Nav ever. It sounds like it sounds like I fucking yelled at my Google Home and was like, yo, play Nav. And she was like, nah, I'm gonna sing myself. I just don't like Nav. I never have. I don't think I ever will. He's so boring, it hurts my skull. Thoughts?
I agree entirely.
Okay, good.
I mean, I think as someone that hasn't listened to it, you did a good job at making me not want to hear it, but kind of wanting to hear it because of how bad you made it sound.
Lee, see, here's the thing. You would hate it, but you would hate the level of mediocrity. Because it's not that it's like it's not like it's fucking completely horrible. It's not like terribly whack. It's so average that it will hurt your brain muscles to actually process down your spine and have the rest of your body feel things.
Damn, you really thought
I
about
feel like
that.
I feel like you're selling to me, T-Rads. Like, I just go for the thing. Like, if you're saying no, it's trash, then I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'll be different. I'll like it.
Yeah,
it's the worst. It's the worst. It really is. I just can't stand it with all of my being. It's not that I'm sure Nav's a great guy. I guess I don't have any fucking evidence.
Wish him well.
That I'm not sure, because I'm sure there's something he did that the internet is upset about. I don't know what it is. Right, but yeah, okay. Let me just get this out there right now. I don't support Nav one way or the other because it's just not where I'm at in my life. However, with that being said, Wheezy on the beats, very, very, very good production as always. Nav's just fucking the motherfucker's a cardboard cutout on a wall. Getting back into it, 24K Golden dropped a remix to his hit song Mood. So to be honest with you, not a big fan of this kid. But with that being said, the remix has Bieber, J Balvin, and Ian Dior. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand the crossover because whatever. But Bieber and Balvin are both, I mean, they're huge names. Those are large names in the pop game. This could put 24K Golden on #1 hit status. Do I think he'll ever get there again? Probably not. But with that being said, thoughts? Anybody listen to this?
Yeah, I did get a chance to listen to it. I thought it was really good. I'm not a huge fan of Bieber by any means, but I thought he probably had the best section on the song.
I'm actually probably a bigger fan of Bieber than I am anybody else on this song. That's the funny part.
I do like Ian Dior. He's really good. I mean, he's not. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to him, but if he's a feature or whatever, I don't mind him. I thought he had a pretty good, part on it. But yeah, overall, I have no complaints of it. I haven't listened to any other 24K Golden, but I didn't mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. I mean, not to be that guy. That's 100% his biggest hit. I know it's been a big deal. I think it fluctuated between like #1, 2, and 3 on the Spotify charts. So it was definitely up there on the Billboard charts. But I mean, I don't know. It's just not. It's nothing innovative. It's not. It's not the next coming of some kind of pop star, Prince, Michael, anything like that. Like, hey, I think it's just kind of gonna fade in the future. Lee or Krone, you guys listen to this one at all?
I did. I think it's a catchy song. When I heard the hook, I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely remember the song. I've heard these lyrics before. It just brought me back. Can't say that's not like my favorite style of music, but I agree with what you're saying. Like, I think it's a good song for, it gets people happy for a little bit, and then it's just gonna fade away, and we'll see if he puts out music that's comparable to it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair. Especially in the pop hemisphere. Lee, any thoughts on this one?
I haven't heard it yet, but I actually don't mind Bieber too much anymore. I used to just not be able to listen to him, but now I feel like he's been making some better shit than he did before, so.
I'm not going to lie to you. I like Bieber. I have nothing against Bieber. I think that when you become unbelievably, extremely worldwide famous at a young age, that what do you want from them? They're children. They're literally children. It's not like he was even remotely a grown-up when his fame came into fruition. The kid's going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. I mean, he seems like a really good guy nowadays, with whatever. He's married. He is very religious, clearly, as shown by his releases with Chance, and I mean even his own album. I believe it was called Holy. But with that being said, I mean I have nothing against Bieber. I actually think he has a really good voice. I mean, almost definitely my favorite part of this track. I do like Bieber. I do. The rest of them, though, I don't think. Like I said, I don't think 24K Golden has anything that separates him from the rest. It's not a personal thing. This is realistically like one of only 2 songs I've heard from him, but it is what it is. I think that's all on that song, but it is surprising how fast it's rising. And I think that it's going to be a mainstay on the top 3 for a while because of Bieber and Balvin now. Moving on from that, we have the Hawaii remix. That is, I want to make sure I pronounce this right, Maluma It's a remix of one of his or they songs featuring The Weeknd. Obviously, anything with The Weeknd is going to be, a pretty big smash hit. I did listen to this song because I was excited to hear some new Weeknd so soon after hours. I mean, it's dancey, man. If I was drunk in a club, I would definitely go berserk to this one. Not exactly what I'm gonna sit on, playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, smoking a bowl. It's not exactly what I'm gonna throw on, but with that being said, for its specific vibe, I think it's pretty good. Anybody listen to this one?
Yeah, I did listen to it, but I think it sounds like every other Weeknd song to me. Like that was my first thought, was this just sounds, really like the same fucking thing.
There's definitely a reason The Weeknd is featured on it. I will definitely concede that to you. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure he added to the song. I never heard the original. Like I said, you said it's a remix.
I don't think most people have.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest.
But
there's a reason The Weeknd is on it, like I said.
Yeah. I see the appeal though, definitely. Like I don't have anything against The Weeknd. I just think he sounds, the same everywhere. But
with that being said, I think it's worth pointing out that The Weeknd over his trajectory has had some absolutely fantastic music. And in different ranging categories, but I see what you're saying. It is kind of like it's not exactly the pick of the litter.
Yeah.
Krone, you listen to this one?
I haven't. Big Weeknd fan though.
Your point's invalid. Lee?
Yep.
I haven't heard it, but I want to say I thought The Weeknd was I thought he put out some different shit whenever he first started getting big, and then after that it was like, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then eventually, yeah, he's just doing the same thing, and I'm like, that it just gets old. It gets old because he's just releasing another album that sounds exactly like the last one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Kissland was the last one that I liked a lot, I think.
Are we gonna do this right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Kissland is bullshit.
That was like
Beauty
when I
Behind the
stopped
Madness.
after
House
that.
of Balloons.
Well, House of
my
Balloons
God.
was incredible. No,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not saying that was their
Starboy.
best one. I'm saying that's the last one that I listened to.
Kissland was before Beauty Behind the Madness.
Beauty Behind the Madness. And what was
That
on
was the one with The Hills
The
and
Hills.
Dark Times with Ed Sheeran.
Those were good, but
Those were amazing. Those songs were fantastic.
compared to the whole album, I don't know.
I mean, that was when he made his transition really over to real hit music. But I digress. Beyond that, we had, I don't know if anybody here really gives a shit about this. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan. NLE Choppa's album From Dark to Light. Anybody give this a peep whatsoever?
I listened to maybe 3 songs.
I'm just super not impressed.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm super not impressed.
It's not impressive by any means. I don't think I would listen to it again. I don't think I would take the time to finish listening to the album.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like. That's good. Yeah. No. That's some color for the report. I don't think Leo or Krone probably listened to this one, to be honest with you. Am I wrong?
Oh, you'd be spot on.
So, okay, as painted in the background, I guess, the album is called From Dark to Light. He has recently made some big life changes. From what I understand, he is much more into holistic, energies and stuff like that now. I mean, more power to him. He wants to live healthier. He wants to get his mind right. I totally get it. I think he might be reaching a little bit with the with the change in direction, but music wise, I'm not interested. I'm just not. He sounds very similar to so many other artists that are also, I mean, not only on his level, but also trying to break through at the same time. I know he's very big, but not interested. Moving on from there, one that I was pretty excited about, System of a Down, released 2 new songs. First time in a long time. I don't know the exact amount of years. I'm sorry, I didn't look it up. Protect the Land and Genocidal Humanoids. So right off the bat, Protect the Land is amazing. I really like that song. Genocidal Humanoids, I mean, I like it. It's not as good as you can tell by the tone of my voice, but they're still a great band, and Protect the Land, really, that song yams. So thoughts on that one, guys?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to flip your opinions. I listened to Protect Your Land. It was good, you know. It was good to hear like the system sound and like Serge's voice again. I felt like it just, I don't know, it felt like a lot of other rock songs kind of, and I wasn't like a huge fan of the message potentially. Fair enough. Then I think it brought, when I heard Genocidal, Humanoids, it kind of like brought it together for me, because I'm like, okay, this is that crazy system where it's like fast and kind of like off, and then
I could see that. Absolutely, I could totally see that.
Like, and I'm not a huge System fan, but I just felt like I was like, okay, I feel like in terms of System doing their thing, that one felt more like it to me.
And they do have a very distinct thing. Yeah. I'm sure Lee listened to this one. Wargy, thoughts?
Yeah, I just think that whenever I listen to System, I don't want to listen to something that's like slower. I'm trying to listen to something fast if I'm listening to System. But I wasn't a huge fucking fan. I know there's a lot of like
either songs, or
I think what was the first one that was on the fucking
Protect the Land
release? Protect the Land. That one was obviously much better than the second track. The second track I don't even fucking remember.
Krone did not agree, so the obviously was definitely an elbow right out, one, bro.
Protect Your Land was the slower one.
Protect Your Land was the slower.
Genocidal Humanoids was the much faster one.
Humanoids, it felt like forgettable, dude. It felt forgettable to me.
Okay, so throughout the years, you know, I mean, not as somebody who's like a crazy System fan, but they really find beauty in the things that maybe they don't do so much, because obviously we know that they're a very fast-paced rock band. But a lot of my System favorite moments are from some slowed down, maybe experimental shit. I mean, it comes and goes. Again, they're like they're their own thing nowadays, because I guess maybe in the past people would consider them nu metal. I don't really know what genre you would put them into nowadays. Maybe like some industrial rock. I don't really know, but they definitely have their own thing. And I do like it. I love the System sound, but when it comes down to it, I think that when they do their Protect the Lands type shit, it's much, much more hard hitting to me anyways than the thrash punk Genocidal Humanoids. Shunk, did you listen to these?
I did not.
Okay. You're invalid. Get out. Doesn't matter. I've said my piece with this one. Moving on.
Great.
Okay. All right. We're gonna leave on a negative note for Lee Wargo there, but regardless of the fact, me and Krone seem to appreciate them. So I'm gonna take a 2/3 out of this one. 66.67%. You lose. We had Phora's new album. I know Shunky is a Phora fan. Phora recently went through some really public hard times. I don't know if you guys saw this. There was some, how do I put this? There was some speculation that he was suicidal. He may have been trying to get away from everyone else to commit suicide. I think he was in the hospital for a little while. Again, I don't want to speculate too much because I'm not entirely certain of the story. But he did release his new album, With Love 2. I like Phora. I've liked Phora for a long time. I'm pretty certain I showed Shunk Phora, actually, if I'm being honest. And the singles off the album had Ty Dolla $ign, and there was another one with Janae Aiko. And I mean, they're good. It's just like the same shit over and over again with Phora, though. He has one very distinct lane, and it's good, but it doesn't really veer too much off the same path. Last but not least on the weekly shoutouts for the songs, Rexx Life Raj. I don't know if you guys listen to him at all, but he is really one of my growing favorites in the underground hip hop scene. He's from California, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He did have a song with Russ that kind of blew up beyond the others, but now he has a song with Kenny Beats that has become his most popular. But new song from him, State of Mind. It's really good. It's almost like a cleaner Young Thug. And when I say cleaner, it's not that I mean better. There's just a very polished aspect to his music. Have any of you guys heard of Rexx Life Raj?
Yeah.
Okay. Krone, yes, no?
No, I thought you were saying Rex County Orange in an accent.
No. Lee, have you heard of him? I'm sure I may have showed you a song or two.
I don't think so. If you did,
okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, like I said, he's very, he's a new age style. He just kind of flows really well all the time. It's difficult to not kind of vibe along to his music, but I'm always really impressed most of the time, I guess I would say, to not only the harmonies and the vibes of the track, but the actual lyricism is he's kind of heads and tails above like the rest of the underground situation on that point. But if you guys haven't heard of him, I would definitely check him out. Assaiante, you say you heard of him. Did you listen to the new track?
I did not. I heard of him from you, actually. I think it was the song Never Had Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's
very
really
good song.
Only song I know.
Initial thoughts, though? You were a fan? No? Yes?
Oh, yeah. No, he's got a nice voice.
He does. He's clean. I will definitely admit that I am a big fan of his, and I would like to shout that out. At this moment, I would like to take a second. If we can all cheers our glasses.
Oh,
that's the wrong one.
It's not music related, but Alex Trebek from Jeopardy fame has passed away, and from I don't know the guy. I don't, but from all accounts and for all intents and purposes, I have always heard nothing but good things about him. I mean, to be a successful host on a network television show for however many fucking decades, you have to be kind of an exemplary human. So I would like to take this moment just to shout him out because I did watch quite a bit of Jeopardy throughout my life. As a young kid, as a teenager, it sucks. It's a bad loss. And I just wanted to shout that out real quick. So rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Cheers.
R.I.P.
Yep. He had a fucking classic voice. I mean, you just think of him whenever you think of Jeopardy. So
very true. Very true. Okay. So getting away from the darker moments, now is when we branch into our segments of long talk. What I would like to discuss first and foremost is because this album was probably the biggest of the last month or so, I guess. I don't really know, but Ariana Grande. The album Positions. So it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard charts. 174,000 units sold with 42,000 pure sales. And from what I've read anyways, she is the first artist in history to debut 5 songs at number 1. The fifth being Positions, the lead single off the album. I know Lee is a huge Ariana fan. I'm interested in hearing Shunky and Krone's thoughts first. We'll let Lee wrap this one up. We want to get the positives rolling out the end. Shunky, what do you think?
I did see that she released an album, but I gotta be honest, I had no interest or intention on listening to it.
Fair enough.
So.
It's I mean, it's not like it's anything groundbreaking. There's a lot of there's a lot of sensual pop music. It is what it is. Krone, did you listen to this album at all? He did not.
Talking to me.
Yeah, you.
I just cut
out. No,
like,
Joe.
So So I'll say not the biggest Grande fan. I think she's incredibly talented. What I really want to see is her just go on and make an acoustic album, like tour with a like live band, not doing the full electronic stuff. I'm sure she does play with like a live band, but it's it's very still 808. I have heard some of my roommates are big Grande fans, and they've been playing it for me. And I have noticed some like really cool use of strings in the beats, kind of like almost feels like a Disney like soundtracky vibe that I'm hearing over kind of like hard beats. And
Okay.
I'm a fan of that. I don't know how many songs actually do that, but the ones that I've heard use that. And I don't know, kind of just I think that might be like a newish thing that happens. Like usually as genres expand, they cross over and certain like classical elements and strings make it in. And I just haven't I've heard strings in rap before, obviously tons of times, sampled, all that, but I don't know, it felt a little different on this. Like
Definitely.
more composed and complex.
I do agree with you. I think most people would agree that her production is superb. She definitely doesn't, she's not messing with no broke fools.
Right.
Lee on this topic, go for it, brother.
This album is definitely the worst out of the last like 3 albums she put out. Out of Thank You Next and Sweetener. But it's not surprising. Like she probably could have put out anything and it would have sold the same because I mean the hype from the last 2 were so good. I definitely want to see her do different shit though. Like I liked whenever she did an Imogen Heap cover. I thought that was really cool.
I think I did hear that one.
The Good Night and Go.
I don't actually know how to pronounce that name, but I think it's Imogen Heap.
Emotion?
I think it is. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Tosca's a big fan of that woman. And I do believe that's how he pronounced it. But again, I have no idea. So continue.
Well, yeah, that's all, really. I mean, I don't think it was her best album, but there was some catchy songs to it. I didn't like a whole lot off the album compared to her last couple albums, but...
Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you surprised in any way that... so I believe it was Thank You Next was the last album, right? The most recent one.
Yep.
I believe that did 360,000 first week. This one did 174. Now, with all the corona and, I understand the stipulations behind an album release right now. 42,000 pure sales and 174K though. That's a pretty large drop. Pretty large drop.
Whenever Thank You Next was such a big fucking single that it just sold the album, I think. I mean, compared to this one that didn't really have that.
I honestly think Seven Rings might have been a bigger
Seven Rings, yeah. Yeah, she had 2 massive singles.
Right. And that, of course, does not in any way hurt your album sales.
Yeah.
One way or the other, she's a massive pop star. But this album definitely, in the words of Kanye West, is a much secular album, a much more secular album. A lot of sexual references. The name of the album is Positions. The lead single also named Positions. So with that being said, moving on. Anybody here know Ritt Momney?
Are you pronouncing Mitt Romney different, or is this an artist?
That's what I'm saying.
That's actually an artist. That is an artist.
Oh, okay. So he's riding the whole like calm truths.
Right. You're not wrong. Here's the thing. So recently, he, they, she, them put out a cover of Corinne Bailey Rae, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, of Put Your Records On. And over the past few weeks, it has really, really, really become like a popular song. It recently hit number 80 on the Billboard. Now, this is like, we're talking like an indie, like folk kind of, that kind of vibe. Again, it's a cover. So, they has recently stated that, you know, all the credit is to Corinne Bailey Rae. But with that being said, does this show maybe a return to form for indie music? Can we see some chart climbing from maybe not exactly rock and roll music, but maybe, you know, singer songwriter acoustic kind of melodies and stuff? Anybody have any thoughts on that one?
Oh, I mean, I definitely think, you know, music goes through evolutions, and we've been in a heavily sampled, produced electronic sounds era for the past 20 years, and people are going to start getting tired of it. Like, obviously 808s are not going to go away, I don't think, but
No.
yeah, I think I'm seeing people like just want more of that natural, less auto-tuney, and just more, I don't know, I think we'll see more of that music make it into the pop.
I do hope so. I do hope you're right, because I love that kind of shit. Lee, thoughts on this one?
Just to add on to that, I mean, you could just look at Taylor Swift. Look what she just did.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people actually really like that album. So I think that, yeah, people maybe are paying attention a little bit more to like the actual, I don't know, just the emotion that's coming out of the music.
Fair.
Right.
I would definitely agree with that. And I think most music that people connect the most deeply with is very emotional or emotive or whatever word you want to use. I don't think it's easy for people to connect with music that is not in some way, shape, or form emotional. Shunk, listen to this, not listen to this. Have you ever heard of Ritt Momney?
I have not.
They actually were supposed to tour with McCafferty, from what I understand. Again, I don't really know how many people are in the band or not. I think that's interesting, though, because coming from somebody, especially somebody in this friends group who really loves the indie emo kind of shit, it is cool to see somebody pop up on the Billboard charts. We've talked about this previously in past podcasts, where we wanted to know, you know, if anybody thought that emo music or indie emo music in general would eventually make it to the charts. You know, a lot of it's lo-fi, a lot of it's, you know, not exactly recorded the best, what have you, but it's kind of a nice sign to see. So I guess I'll say that. Moving on to probably, in my opinion, the biggest news of the week. Very excited for this one. Childish Gambino has returned to Twitter. He claims that there is, quote, a lot of magic coming.
Ooh.
He says, you thought I was hot in 2018. You have no idea. He claims that his album will be bigger than anything he has ever released, whereas his last album was actually his best work, but this will be bigger, specifically said that. He also mentioned that season 3 and 4 of Atlanta are not only in the works, but are the best television that will ever be produced. And I quote, "The Sopranos, the only ones who can mess with us." The only other tweet, I believe, was vaguely shouting out his favorite new artist being Baby Keem, Tierra Whack, and Azealia Banks. Big fan of Baby Keem, big fan of Tierra Whack. Azealia Banks is out of her fucking mind. That's just me. Anybody see these tweets? Anybody excited for Gambino? Anybody a big fan of Atlanta? Shunk, I'm going to ask you first. What are your thoughts, buddy?
Definitely, I saw the tweet and I was super fucking excited.
Right.
Huge fan of Atlanta too. Some of the best TV I've ever seen. Yeah, but no, I'm excited to see what he's got cooking up.
Now, did you listen to the album? You know, kind of loosely titled 315, March 15th. I know it wasn't exactly the greatest rollout of albums, but did you listen to the album, the past one?
I remember when it came out. I think I listened to a couple of songs, but I don't know that I ever finished it. So
with that being said, I would like to point out, I understand that a lot of people connect with music a lot more when, you know, what song titles, visuals, real album covers. I mean, when it comes down to it, he went the exact opposite route of most, if not all, major artists today, especially as one who, with This Is America, got a #1 single. Maybe a year before that, maybe the same year. I'm not entirely certain, but somebody who's so on top of the world, being, you know, Lando Calrissian in a Star Wars film, having #1 records, having, you know, all these sales on albums, having so many albums that people pretty widely regard as maybe not classic, but maybe, you know, some of the top echelon hip hop that we've experienced in the new age. It seems almost silly to write off any kind of work that he's going to do in the future. But after that 315 album, it does seem like most people are kind of like, well, you know, we'll see what he has. Maybe he has another hit song, maybe he doesn't. But the talent of Gambino, in my opinion anyways, should speak for itself. I think the man is just, I mean, he's just an unbelievable talent. Krone, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think with the Gambino topic, I'm going to open up my second drink.
That's the cold one.
Cold one!
Cold one. Yeah, I mean, Gambino by far is like one of my favorite artists of like just our time. And he's just obviously, you know, so multi-talented. I was a big fan of his last album. Also, so I'm not on Twitter, so I haven't seen these tweets. This is like the first I'm hearing of it. New Atlanta. When you said that,
that's good though. We'd like to get the off-the-cuff response. So what do you think about Atlanta? And, you know, hopefully, if not, probably at this point, new Gambino music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Atlanta. Definitely, just for me, like, music is so much closer to my heart than TV. So, like, more music from him, I'd be really excited for. I think he's always doing new things. You know, like his first rap album, Because the Internet, to me was just so different.
No, his first rap album was Camp.
Camp, yeah.
Was that like an official release? Yeah.
It was widely panned by critics as well. A lot of it, you know, from the mouths of critics. A lot of replicating, you know, some of the Lil Wayne punchline era type stuff. There were some good songs. Freaks and Geeks, Campfire. I did enjoy. Heartbeat, I think, was another one.
Such a good
but
song.
yeah, I mean, you know, once the Royalty mixtape came out, which was, I believe, right after Camp, he had, I mean, We Ain't Them was a really, really dope one. He had one with Schoolboy Q on that mixtape as well. That mixtape, to be honest with you, I'm not remembering too much off the head. I feel like maybe that's one you have to listen to front to back. But that showed more of his categorical differences than maybe the rest of the rap game had at that point. Lee, I know you're a big Gambino fan. I'd like to finish this segment off with you. Thoughts about a new album, thoughts about more Atlanta, and hopefully thoughts about his previous album.
Well, okay. I'm assuming that he's talking about doing some singing on this album because I know that he doesn't actually think that rap can be a big thing, like as big as singing.
He has said that. He has said similar things.
Something like that. He doesn't think it can be as poppy, as like catchy to everybody.
I mean, Redbone did not disprove his point, but This Is America being his only #1 kind of did. I mean, with that being said, the man can do no wrong. I'm sorry to interrupt. Continue.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It seems like everything he does is top fucking tier. Like everything that he touches is just some of the best shit ever. You see him in Community as an actor. Atlanta is incredible. If you haven't seen Atlanta, it's just, if you're a Gambino fan, you have to watch it.
So excited about seasons 3 and 4. I will put Lee Wargo down for a yes.
Yeah, definitely, because I mean, dude, yeah, seasons 1 and 2 of that were really underrated. I don't know if as many people saw it as it gets like really good reviews.
It does. It absolutely. It has very high reviews. Now, in this next moment, we're gonna 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm out of cold ones, and we are back to the Booze and Tunes podcast. Brief intermission there, because we needed a cold one.
That's a cold one.
Cold one.
And that's a coldie. We left off on Childish Gambino. So next, I wanted to talk about something that, at the very, very least, I am very excited for. The new Foo Fighters album is slated to drop February 5th, 2021. Now, kind of a long ways away, even still, but really excited for this because, as previously stated, I don't want anything lower than the quality of Wasting Light. Krone, thoughts on this one?
I'm definitely excited. I didn't actually know that they were putting out music till today.
It was very sudden.
What?
It was very sudden.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, anytime like a band with a legacy like Foo Fighters is putting out music, I'm gonna be interested. I don't necessarily have, like huge expectations because I think bands, will pass their prime and then everything after that isn't necessarily good. But I happen to have the opinion that Concrete and Gold was amazing. So I am excited.
When you say bands like that, are you talking about like, that specific genre, like maybe like the Pearl Jams of the world, or what are you describing there?
I mean, bands that I guess Foo Fighters didn't really start that early, but I'm just talking about like bands with such a legacy around, like started in the 90s, even though
they have continued success over however many decades it may be.
Right.
Lee, I don't know if you're like the biggest Foo Fighters fan or not, but I'm sure you enjoy some of their songs. Thoughts on a new album and maybe the last few releases if you've listened to them?
I pretend to like them.
Yeah, I don't like what you did there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I like a few of their songs. I actually haven't given them a fair shot at just listening straight through all of their albums. But I've definitely liked pretty much every song that they had that went popular.
Right, the hit songs, if you will.
I guess I never searched them out really, but I did really enjoy those few songs.
Now, I don't know where we would start with the Foo Fighters hit songs. Maybe Big Me from their first one, but I don't know how statistically well that did on the Billboard charts. I'm sure, Times Like These and Learn to Fly, Everlong. I would think that those are at the very least, early 2000s. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but those are probably their biggest songs. That and The Pretender.
They had a ton too. Like all those. That's already at like 6. Then I feel like Hero.
But do you know? Oh, My Hero, great song. Yeah. But do we know where any of these charted?
No.
That's my question, because I feel like Everlong is probably their highest charting ever.
Yeah.
Just off the cuff, I'm not entirely certain. Jamie,
I was gonna say, I think Jamie, pull that up. No fact checking here. Everything's just true. If we say it, it's true. We will it into existence. But I think best of me.
So you are a Foo Fighter fan, though, Krone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what would you say is their best work? Maybe whatever album, song, whatever you may think it is.
So I mean, I really only knew their like singles from the older albums. I never really went back and listened to them all. So Concrete and Gold is really the only full album I've listened to, and I am a big fan of that. Like I like that album more than their like old singles, like Over Everlong and stuff.
That is, I mean, that's a really cool way to look at it, if I'm being honest, because somebody like me, I don't exactly remember how old I was. I was probably maybe 10-ish when what was it? Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace, I believe was the name of the album, with The Pretender and Long Road to Ruin. quick factoid, I think Long Road to Ruin is one of the best Foo Fighters songs ever made. I love that song with a burning passion. But since then, I mean, Wasting Light again was really, really good. I think that had Walk. Learning to walk again.
Yeah.
But I really wasn't a big fan of Concrete and Gold. So if you're somebody who really liked that kind of stuff, I would suggest at least going through their old shit. But maybe the new shit would have more stuff for you on it, is what I would say.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the Pretended too. Like that was one of the first songs I learned on guitar. When I heard that
was a
song,
big song, man, that was a really big song.
Now that song, it has that like slow intro and then the change to the fast, which I don't know. I think that's kind of
in the dark, you know. Yeah, shout out to Dave. Shout out to the Foo Fighters. Shout out Taylor Hawkins, great drummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that they were one of the more, I mean, if not the most influential actual rock band of our generation. I mean, they're, you know, you could say the Linkin Parks. Again, I think maybe, I mean, maybe just those two, man. Honest to God, maybe like, well, Dave Matthews was probably at his peak earlier than us. I don't know. I don't know that there would be many more maybe Incubus that would be more influential as actual rock bands in our generation.
Yeah. So Incubus happens to be, I think, the best rock band of our generation. Talking influential, I don't know, but I'm a huge Incubus fan. Like I think just the way they start, they're a band that started when they were like 15 years old and like sure changed members, but
okay. So thoughts on Blink-182 though?
On what?
On Blink.
Oh, oof. I mean, when you're talking influential, I think they have to be one of the best. One of the first bands I ever liked and bought albums from.
Exactly. Lee, I know you loved me some Blinks. So I want you to weigh in on this one. Maybe best Blink album, and where do you think they stopped being great?
Well, what, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket?
Well, I mean, you're talking at that point about the apex. Like that's just when they were flawless, man.
And I would say they stopped being great. I mean, sometime fucking soon. Like what was the last album that I liked from them? I like some of their shit, but it's just not.
I'll be the first to tell you. I like some of California. I did. I liked actually a pretty good amount of California.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was, you know, at the moment, maybe it was like a specific emotional, contributor, but I did like California. Shunk, I know you like some Blink-182, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. Best Blink album, what do you think?
Well, I love Blink-182. I think their self-title is a great album, but I would say as far as best album, probably Take Off Your Pants and Jacket or Enema of the State.
It's definitely Take Off Your Pants, but continue.
Yeah, but I mean, California, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought that was a pretty good fucking album.
I really did like California. I'm not, I would never pull punches for the critics and whatnot. I know it didn't get reviewed very well, but I do. There's a lot of songs on there that are just like fun. And I gotta be honest, the single, I forget what the name of it was. Don't Waste Your Time, or whatever the single was off California, the first one. The
Bored
drumming from what's that?
Was it Bored to Death?
Bored to Death. That's what it was. The drumming from Travis Barker on that one was just so very tight. It was like hard to not like. I really, really, really enjoyed that album. I mean, especially that song, but that album really, I loved that shit. And a lot of people absolutely hated it. But with 9 or whatever they released afterwards, I think they used the worst side of their combined talents because I think Matt Skiba is good in his own area, whereas merging their like maybe poppiest influences on 9 wasn't the best choice, but that's just me. Krone, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind California. It's anytime I hear kind of like that trap hi-hat over a Blink song though, like which they had a few in California. I haven't listened to 9 too much though. I'm like, doesn't belong. But I liked definitely at least 3 or 4, like all of the California songs, like Los Angeles and San Diego.
I really loved Los Angeles. My favorite song from that record, though, San Diego, was like a big favorite for me. I understand that, you know, maybe it's not the most adventurous or experimental music, but god damn it, did they really hit the core on that one. Lee, I know you like Blink, so I want to hear your thoughts on specifically California on this one. Let me know.
California, yeah, I think San Diego was a real big one, but I don't know. I mean, it's not the best Blink, but it's still like I'm okay with it being released, and I'm not like, oh, they're too old to do this.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. Definitely not the best Blink. I think if anybody on the
But
actual
it's
side of
enjoyable.
like pop punk music, I think most people would agree that "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket" is probably the epitome of pop punk. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that that's where they hit the peak of like this is the perfect middle of punk music to pop music that we're going to get some kind of recognition while also staying true to the punk, you know, the thrash format, the very fast-paced dog-leg type shit, as I like to say. Big fan of dog-leg. Just gonna shout them out real quick. But we have kind of gotten off the path there, but I do appreciate the conversation. What I do want to talk about next, the next segment is so Nipsey Hussle and YG. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. They released a song a couple years ago called FDT, Fuck Donald Trump. It is now the #1 song on iTunes as of a few hours ago. I mean, obviously, with refraining from getting any whatsoever political arguments in there. Are we excited that this song has come back? Do we care about this song? Is it that good of a song? My thoughts, it's okay. It's not like the best song either of them have ever made by any point. I get the cultural meaning, but Shunk, thoughts on this one?
I don't think it's that great of a song. I mean, I get, you know, why it's the biggest song on iTunes right now.
Right.
Obviously, but I mean the thought was there. You know, I don't think it was.
The thought was there. It's like a Christmas present.
Yeah, it's like it fits the mood or whatever, but I don't think by any means it's a groundbreaking song.
Right. Krone, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I agree pretty much with what Chunk said, that musically, I mean, there's nothing that I care about at all with it. But I think just like in terms of its significance of the fact that we have a top charting song that is literally just like fuck the president is just it's historical that like there are not many countries that can exist in.
Very reminiscent of like an NWA type of vibe where that kind of music breaks through whatever the threshold of maybe whatever meets mainstream and, you know, being controlled by the cooperative networks. Lee, thoughts on this song? I'm sure you've heard it maybe once or twice, but I know you're not the biggest fan of YG. So thoughts on the musicality of it, if you will.
I don't think it's that impressive. I mean, but you could just look at like Lil B, and I mean, you could just say that he predicted whatever happens. Like anytime anyone he talks shit about gets like some kind of attention, then that song's gonna get attention. So I don't know, but
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I don't think it's like I mean, who? It's just the most obvious. It makes so much sense why it's a big fucking deal right now. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Literally,
It's the timing. that's
generic
significant.
as it comes, too. Fuck.
Right.
And then the guy that you hate.
Right. Okay. So with that being said, I would agree. It's not exactly the greatest songwriting, but it's the point is
It's catchy
poignant.
as shit. Even if you like
it's a
Donald Trump,
salient
you
point.
might still want to sing it, dude.
Right. Moving on from that, one of the things that I did want to talk about at least a short length, King Von was shot and killed this week. Comes about almost exactly a week after his album Welcome to O Block dropped. For those of you who are not aware, King Von, Chicago drill rapper, very close friends with Lil Durk from what I hear, and maybe friends with Chief Keef as well from what I hear. Not entirely sure of the ties, but I know that he was pretty close with Durk. Anybody listen to Vaughn, or anybody feel any kind of way about this? I know that there was a lot of speculation when it first occurred that it may have been the police who did the shooting, but I think most of the evidence, at least thus far, I have no idea what happened, but it points to rival gang material having transpired. Anybody a fan of Vaughn here?
No.
Yeah, I've never listened to his music. I just finding out that he died, so R.I.P. Sounds like he could have been young and just,
I believe he was 26.
Yeah,
well,
all I have to say
any
is
listens to this?
I have not listened to it, but I mean, I think it's just a little ridiculous. I mean, what could he have done that he deserved to get killed over?
Right.
I mean,
And I think so not to get too deeply into it, from what I understand, it was a party for his album that had released a week ago. So again, just from what I've read, I have no idea how accurate this information is. But from the rumors that I've seen, it's that at the party there was some kind of disturbance. The police were called, and in a shootout between his circle of people and the other faction, they had a large shooting matter that occurred, and Vaughn was unfortunately killed in that. But like I said, there was a lot of speculation that the police had something to do with it. From all that I understand now, that's not the case, but I guess we never know.
Yeah, I just think that's really weak to do something like that. I feel like you just if you have to resort to like killing somebody, you just know that you're fucking wrong. I feel like.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay. So all right. So beyond that topic, the last real conversation point that I wanted to hit, Chris Brown allegedly has hinted at some sort of Drake collaboration album. So as I'm sure most, if not all of you know, Drake's new album, Certified Lover Boy, will hit in January, from what I understand. Huge, absolute, unbelievable fan of Drake. Love Drake more than I can explain. Hate Chris Brown. I will take that to the grave. Fuck Chris Brown. Anybody with thoughts on Chris Brown, the collaboration, if they think it's possible, and what they expect from it? Shunk, I'll start with you.
I don't care at all for Chris Brown. I love Drake, huge Drake fan.
Right.
I don't know that a collab between the two would sound bad. I'm sure it would do impressive numbers.
Very much so.
Yeah, very fucking impressive numbers. But yeah, like I said, I don't care too much for Chris Brown at all. So whether it happens or it doesn't, it really has no effect on me.
I do agree with the fact that it will absolutely do numbers one way or the other. Krone, thoughts on this one?
I mean, I think Chris Brown has a good voice. I'm definitely not the biggest fan. If he comes out with a song, I'm not going to go listen to it.
Right.
I normally would think, Drake and Chris Brown, that's going to be a really good collab, but they dropped that single like last year, and I just didn't really like it. I forget what it was called, like
So
No guidance.
what I believe Krone is referring to the single from Chris Brown's album with Drake. The song did do huge numbers.
It's huge.
Beyond any kind of technical standpoint. Again, I am inclined to agree with Krone. I don't think that really offered anything different from what we have seen from the two. But again, I'm not a Chris Brown fan. Lee Wargo, I want to hear your thoughts on this one and a possible collab album from them.
So the last that I've heard of Chris Brown was actually from fucking Lil Dicky in that Freaky Friday song. I was like, oh well, I mean that's a really catchy song. I see why it was as popular as it was. But I don't give a shit about Chris Brown. I mean, dude, come on, how can you really like buy his shit or like actually pay for anything of his after
I'm willing to go out on a limb here and just publicly exclaim fuck Chris Brown. I just have no love for Chris Brown. I really dislike Chris Brown on every level. Beyond the whole, obviously the Rihanna situation, if you will, was absolutely terrible, and he's a piece of shit human for that. But the situation with Frank Ocean as well, for those of you that don't know, there was a kerfuffle, if you will, between the two. And although Frank was apparently injured on his fingers, he still performed at the Grammys not more than a few months afterwards. So important to note that Frank Ocean is a god and Chris Brown is a bitch. Moving on that one.
Amen.
What I want to get into next, just very quickly, is the upcoming albums for November. We always touch on these very, very briefly. We have November 13th, AC/DC Power Up. Anybody care about AC/DC in 2020, or is it just me?
No.
It's just you.
All right. Okay. Just making sure.
If Angus Young is still in AC/DC,
Angus Young is definitely still in AC. R.I.P. Malcolm Young, but Angus Young is definitely still in AC/DC.
I'll check out some solos, but like I've never been a huge AC/DC fan, to be honest.
That's
groundbreaking, but
Aesop Rock, Spirit World Field Guide album. As somebody who appreciates the hip hop side of the world, that album will definitely be something I will be listening to. Aesop Rock, for those of you who are not aware, is probably top 3-5 lyricist ever who has ever lived. There's really just no other way to ever put it. The man uses words that you'll never hear even in a daily sentence, in bars in a song. I don't know how much the three of you are fans of Aesop, but any thoughts on this, starting with Krone?
So I've spent many an hour watching Aesop Rock lyric videos and trying to understand what the hell is going on. I wasn't impressed with his last album as much, though. I don't know if it's kind of like just the novelty of how incredibly absurd and like not absurd, like it's very well crafted, but just it's like a wow factor for me of like how
it is very out there. Absolutely. Yeah. I know, and I get that, but yeah. I think that's also a level of, more than anything, lyricism that people need to get in tune with, because if you really want to sit there and tell me that you care about lyricism, then you need to be listening to people like Aesop Rock and Lupe Fiasco and Black Thought, etc. Shunky, thoughts on this one? Do you care about Aesop Rock? What are you thinking here?
Yeah, dude, I love Aesop Rocky.
Okay.
Same.
I gotta kill myself now. Lee Wargo, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I feel like I've actually heard of him, but I don't know at all. I don't know anything about him.
So, just for some background, Aesop Rock, I believe he began his career around Blockhead, the producer, who is actually Boston-based, if I'm not mistaken. Aesop has since, demanded, if I am so bold to use the word, a absolutely cult following. He demands people at his shows. He's very, very, very talented, linguistically speaking. Whether
His name's
it's
Aesop Rock.
Yeah, Aesop Rock. He is unbelievable lyricism wise.
There's like a stat where he's the writer who has used the most unique words out of
right there is. So the chart that I believe Krone is referring to is it maps everybody's most unique word use throughout their first 3 albums. And so if you can picture a line graph here to there, Aesop Rock is here, and DMX is here.
Yeah.
And that's where it all begins.
Yeah. And they do like Shakespeare and like Bob Dylan, and it's just he blows everybody out of the water.
It's like wild, man, because but with that being said, for those of you out there who are lyricism fans, Aesop Rock is not somebody that you're just going to listen to. You're going to listen to it 9 times and have to read the lyrics on Rap Genius. Free plug for Rap Genius. And without any other words being said, you're gonna have trouble figuring out what he's talking about. So, clearly nobody here is like that big of an Aesop Rock fan. So the one that I wanted to get into for Shunky was Lil Tracy. Designer Talk 2 comes out November 13th. Thoughts about this, Shunk?
I'm fucking stoked.
Okay.
Big Tracy fan. I'm excited to see what he's been working on. From what I heard, he's been going through kind of like a mental crisis, so it'd be interesting to hear what kind of music comes from that.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I didn't even know it was dropping anytime soon, so that's news to me, and I'm excited.
But excited for the release nonetheless.
Yeah. Like I knew he was going to drop it eventually, but I didn't know there was anything planned. So that's exciting.
Well, according cited sources, Rap Genius says that it will drop November 13th. Yes, 13th.
Wait.
Same day. Oh no, not same day. November 20th. The only other one that I really wanted to talk about, Rexx Life Raj, the kid that we already had a discussion about. California Poppy 2. Now, regardless of all the sequel shit, I'm really not a fan of the sequel shit. Never have been, never will be. The kid's talented. I hope that if any of you out there who are hip hop oriented, or even really just enjoy hip hop in the first place, I really hope you check Rexx Life Raj out. The kid's good, man. The only other 1, 2, 3 that I wanted to talk about, St. John. For those of you who are familiar with the Roses remix from Imanbek, I think was the name. He is dropping another EP/album on November 20th. It is called While the World Was Burning. There are songs from St. John that I really enjoy, like Trap with Lil Baby. And then there are so much of it seems just so, I don't know, maybe just basic. I don't really know what the term would be. It seems very derivative of the constant pop, R&B, trap, crooner brigade that we are handed in popular music now. The same kind of, maybe like a Bryson Tiller lane. With all respect to Tiller, I don't think that St. John is this revolutionary artist again, but that's just me. Anybody have any different thoughts on that one?
I like St. John. I don't think he's revolutionary. I think he does something that a lot of people will like and kind of should like, because it sounds good, and he has a little bit of a different voice than most.
It does sound good, absolutely.
And I think people know that remix really well, but it hasn't been on an album yet. And I think this album's going to drop and he's going to blow up because that remix is going to be on the album.
I like the conflicting viewpoints on there. So you think that this will be his moment where he really reaches the top, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a point where he needs to either do something new and, you know, make a really killer next album, or it'll just be a phase where he had that remix and that's it.
Definitely. I mean, with that being said, I mean, obviously he has to credit the remix or the DJ or what have you in this situation that made Roses become such a global glorified hit. I think that again, with that being said, there are songs from St. John that I like. Do I think that he has that it factor to have another top 10, top 5, top 1? No, I don't think he does. I really don't. It's just me. I've followed him for quite some time now. I don't think that that's really where he's going to hit. Shunky, any thoughts on St. John? I'm sure you've heard the Roses song, but beyond that, do you think that the guy has, staying power in the industry?
Like Krone said, I definitely think he has a sound people will like, but I'm not too familiar with him, so I don't have much of an opinion. But I did hear the Roses remix, and I did think that was pretty good, and it's actually in my playlist. So
right, okay, well, adding on to that though, that matters because if everybody with his name in their brain watches when, the big album or the big EP or whatever it may be hits, I guess that's really all that matters. Lee, any thoughts on St. John as a singer in whole? Or, I mean, maybe even just the remix that has blown up so hard?
I've actually, at least I don't think that I've heard it. I don't think I've ever even heard any of his music. But I guess if you're comparing him to Bryson Tiller at all, I would check it out because I think Tiller is
and I don't
good.
But with that being said, I don't want that to be like a plain to paper terminology where everybody just kind of coincides them with each other. I want people to understand St. John has much more of like it's very singy. It's not hip hop. It's not so much rapping. Yeah. But it's very trap influenced beats. It's very rhythmic percussions on the songs that bring together a nice vibe. I mean, he's definitely one of the new age crooner type situations, but again, I like some of his music. I really do. I think there's kind of another echelon for him to climb over if he's going to be a huge star, but that's just me. Now, so moving on from that, now we get into the best part, in my opinion. What we're going to do here is we're going to do a lyric game. So I want everybody to show their alcohol on the stream for me. I love it. That's what I'm talking about.
Jose. Love it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read lyrics from, I mean, realistically, a very popular song. And the first person to tell me the artist and the song name wins. First to 3. If you get it wrong, you drink. We're going to start out with one that I know for a fact Shunky's going to take. I don't want to wait now, but I know you're going to make me. Who you want to hate now, pretty soon, you're going to hate me.
Fuck, I know it's Lil Peep. I don't know the song.
Oh! 2 people with the same artist. You guys need to stop blurting out the artist name because somebody's going to get it right.
Well, because I don't know the song, but I do know the song, though.
Oh, wait.
I
will repeat it.
Can I make my guess?
Yes.
Is it Ben Struck?
Oh!
There you go. That is it. Yeah. I don't want to wait. Nah.
I like Lil Peep. There's no chance I would have got that.
The man's muted and he's talking.
Yeah, Trads, you're muted.
The man is muted.
since that's the case, me, Krone, and Lee are gonna drink here. Krone, I know that you weren't gonna get that one, but I got you.
There was a point I had Lil Peep on repeat, like after he passed. I liked it.
This one will be very directed towards somebody in the group. To make them drink, tell them that it's only water. No one leaves till we figure this out. What made you so scared? Maybe you're mistaken for someone who cares.
Oh, fuck it. Well, okay. Well, obviously.
I kind of like that. Yeah, just the content of that is interesting. Not a clue though.
Nobody knows.
Well, it's definitely Circus Survive.
Oh!
But what the
Okay,
fuck
he's
is
got
the
the band.
song? To make them drink.
5.
And that it's only water.
4. 3.
Yeah, I'm an
Make a
idiot
guess.
when it comes to song names.
Make a guess. Make a
Yeah.
guess. Everybody drink.
I'm gonna drink.
Can we like phone a friend on this?
Tell them that-
The song was Act Appalled.
There it
Oh,
is.
I know that one.
This next one is very close to my heart. I do feel like Shunk will probably win this one again. So we may be facing a 2-0 deficit on this one. Overly focused, it's far from the time to rest now. Debates growing about who they think is the best now. Took a while, got the jokers out of the deck now. I'm holding all the cards, and N-words want to play chess now.
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
That's because it's an absolute classic.
It's Nelly, isn't it?
Nope. You should drink just for saying that. You must. I'll say it one more time. Overly focused, it's far from the time to rest now. Debates growing about who they think is the best now. Took a while, got the jokers out of the deck now. I'm holding all the cards, and N-words want to play chess now.
Your flow is just messing with me.
I know, that's the best part,
I
dude.
know.
Weekly,
I
love
know
it.
those last 4 lines for sure.
We're gonna give it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is Pound Cake by Drake.
No way. That was
I was
Pound
thinking
Cake.
Drake,
We
too.
all knew that.
It goes,
Oh.
overly focused is far from the time to rest now. Debates growing by who they think is the best now, etc., etc. The
I was
next
literally
one,
thinking, I'm like, that's either Drake or Jay-Z. It's gotta be.
Yep. Yeah, well, you nailed that one. The next one we will have is In Her False Witness. Hope you're still with us. To see if they float or drown, our favorite patient. If Krone doesn't get this, I will kill myself.
Damn, bro.
Alright, say it
That's a
again.
lot of pressure.
In Her False Witness, hope you're still with us. To see if they float or drown, our favorite patient.
I can't think of any song that has the word patient in it.
It is Francis Farber by
Oh. Yeah.
By who?
Nirvana.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Next.
know that song. I've listened to
Or
it.
wood for the fires, loud neighbors. Flashlight reveries caught in the headlights of a truck. Eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, of our...
Chop Suey, System of a Down?
Down.
He said Chop Suey, he's wrong. Anyone
Oh,
else?
it's toxicity.
Toxicity.
It's
There you go. Krone gets that one. One Shunky, one Krone, one
Damn.
non-Elogra.
I almost got one, dude. Damn.
You almost did, but with that
I can't
being
believe
said,
it.
you did not. What are you saying, Krone?
I can't believe you put in that line, the toxicity of our city. I was like, he's not gonna say that.
We were well, I was trying to get people to at least know what was going
Yeah.
on.
Messed up.
I mean, there's just so many easy lyrics that you guys are terrible
I was
with.
like, there's
Your
no way.
your knowledge of songs is so vast, T-Rads.
It very much so is, but I love it. All right, the next one. And now she find out what life is really worth. No to X-rated. Yomi Tekar Obuga read and put her in a tail skirt. And now she find out what life is really worth.
Sounds like something Kanye would say.
Kanye doesn't know other languages.
You talk about him.
The fucking irony.
What does he know? Like, is he very multilingual?
Dude.
And now she find out what life is really worth. No to X-rated. Yomi Tekar Arabuga read and put her tail in a skirt. And now she find out what life is really worth.
Dude. That's
Not a clue.
That would be Kanye West, I Am a God.
Oh my
What?
god, dude.
Oh.
Dude, I knew it was
That
Kanye.
is-
I didn't know, and I knew it was easy.
That's so ironic.
It's just sounds like Kanye.
It
no
almost
matter
worked. Like, it really almost worked too well. I'm not gonna
what.
lie to you.
Damn.
You guys were like, oh, dude, it's so Kanye. But nobody wanted to say a single Kanye song. So, all right. Moving on to the next one. Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation. And little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen quotation.
That's Red Hot Chili Peppers. Is it Californication?
Damn.
Wow. Oh, good.
Go, Chunky! Let's fucking go!
All right.
This man is fucking on one, dude. Oh my god.
I don't
Time
know
for
how
another
you
cold
got
one.
that out of that, but good shit.
The kid's a god.
It's so hard to get him whenever he's fucking talking like, oh my god. You think you're a fucking news reporter or something, dude.
I am. You have no idea how far my skills range, brother. All right. This is one of my favorites. I feel like Shunky will get this one. I fell in love with the pen. Started fucking the ink.
That's all you need.
Oh, that's fucking.
That's it.
It's gotta be Lil Wayne.
That's Rick Ross.
Oh.
What's the fucking song?
Rick Ross. Ooh, I'm just gonna guess a random song.
Is it? No, it's not.
What was the Rick Ross with Jay-Z one? El Diablo or something like that?
Not the right one.
No. That was a good song though. What's it? Something about the devil? Devil
You know
is alive.
No. You're thinking of Devil in a New Dress, which is probably the best song on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
It's probably a good one too.
Oh, he's not even thinking of that one. That hurts.
I wasn't.
I'm not gonna front that.
Wait,
hurts.
no. Rick Ross is on isn't he on Monster?
Yes. He has 4 bars about how fat he is.
And now he's mad skinny, right?
That's literally it. He's not mad. Yeah, no, he's.
What did he say? He had some quote where he's like, "I eat grapes" or something.
For sure, he eats pears, man.
Oh, he eats pears. That's what it is.
So nobody has this one then.
I
3,
just know it's Rick Ross.
2.
The
Lord
Pirates.
Knows by Drake. That was the Rick Ross verse.
That's not even what I was thinking of close to. So
That's impressive. You got it was Rick Ross though.
He knew, bruh. He knew what was going on before you even knew what was going on.
It's true.
You
I just
know
started
that was
singing
okay,
random
bro.
songs.
Okay. We have to go into the fucking
This is a
main-
great podcast. I'm a fan.
This is like really fun for me.
Oh, I just
actually
remembered.
So much fun. What
I
is
just
your-
remembered. I was like, I'm gonna be mad funny and bring out like a bunch of hot sauces and be like, all right, I'm ready. Like, because I have like
Damn.
the bomb, but I forgot. I was like, I knew I was gonna do
You
something.
got the bomb.
Yo, you should go get to bomb right now. That would actually be super fire. That would be like the illest shit ever. All right. So
I'll do it right before the end.
All right, we have one more. Well, not really one more. One until Chunky gets 3, I guess I would say. Madness, the magnet, keeps attracting me. I try to run, but see, I'm not that fast. I think I'm first, but surely finish last.
I definitely know this one, but I don't know it.
Every single one of you knows it. That's the best part.
Say it again.
Can do.
Madness is a magnet. I don't even think it's rap.
Seriously?
Madness, the magnet, keeps attracting me. I try to run, but see, I'm not that fast. I think I'm first, but surely finish last.
Is this like
I know it, and it's pissing me off.
Yeah, you definitely know what it is. So I guarantee that.
Dude,
It's
I
pissing me
know
the
it
fuck off.
too. That's not Linkin Park.
It's like Coldplay.
Not that fast.
Basically, it might as well be, man.
No.
Wait, can you say it one more time?
No, we only do 2.
Okay.
First. I'm not that fast.
I think for first, but surely finish last.
Day and Night, Kid Cudi.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Chunky
Alright,
gets
good shit.
3.
Yeah,
Krone and Lee, finish your drinks and crack a new one, buddy.
Damn, I gotta get a new one.
Crack it.
I just
Krone,
opened this one.
Krone.
I just opened this one.
All right, give us a good swig then, at least.
Okay.
There it is. Oh, there it is. Good stuff. All right. Now, for my favorite game of the evening. Chunky. Starting with you, I would like you to tell me your top 3 albums of all time.
Okay. Take Care, Drake, number 1.
Good.
It's a toss between Graduation and The Life of Pablo for 2. And
No, there has to be a solid 1, 2, 3.
all right, fine. Take Care, Life of Pablo, and I'll go not rap here and say Front Bottom self-title.
All right, Krone, top 3, go.
In no order. Abbey Road, To Pimp a Butterfly, and then I guess I don't know. James Blake self-titled.
Lee, top 3 right now. 4 right now.
Damn, what's going on here? All right.
Top 3 albums right now. What you're listening
let's
to
just
right
go. What I'm listening to right? Whatever. Brand New. Devil and God. Damn, I'm so bad at album names, but the newest Hot Mulligan album, that shit's really fucking fire right now.
Good.
let's just go with damn. Let's go with Dance Kevin Dance Downtown Battle Mountain. We're fucking putting a wild card in there.
All right.
That's an unfair question, I just want to say.
This is the best part, though. Krone, name one album that Asante said.
He said, "Take Care."
Now name one song off of Take Care.
Cameras.
Me and Lee Drink.
Damn.
Why?
Shunk, name one of the albums that Lee said.
You say brand new, fucking, was it Devil and God?
Damn, yep, that was it.
Lee, Krone, drink. Now, what I want everybody to do is name off the top of your head your favorite song from your top album.
I guess? Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm rethinking my top albums.
I mean, like the first one we named, like our number one spot?
Whatever the first song that you think of out of all three.
Rhode Island.
Pass.
You can't.
I'll say I'll pick one off the James Blake one. I think I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like Lifton's Far Part 1 and 2. I don't even know.
All right, well, Krone beats all of us. Lee, I believe yours was oh my god. It was Jesus Christ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, word. Shunk, it was fucking Rhode Island. Which would be the self-titled album from the Front Bottoms.
Yep.
Krone, you motherfucker.
Just like take a shot at it because that's what I did.
It wasn't even Bon Iver though. Like my brain doesn't work that much.
I went back and forth.
Like there's so much brain sauce needed for this, and like I don't have any. So
like, why didn't I say Jesus?
Oh, you didn't even say Jesus though.
There's just so many good albums in the world.
There's so many good albums. For Emma Forever. All right. So now that we have reached the peak.
Okay, so drink because you didn't guess mine.
Right, so you win.
Oh.
Everybody drink the remainder of their drinks.
No. Take a shot, but
oh my god,
I have to take a piss pretty fucking badly right now. So.
No, well,
I do too. Intermission.
So back onto the Booze and Tunes podcast. We want to thank you guys once again for joining us and listening to our goddamn moronic drunk banter about music. As always, I want to close this one off with 1 minute, 60 seconds uninterrupted of whatever the person who wants to take their moment to explain whatever they have or whatever they're excited for. I'm going to start with you, Shunk. You let it rip. You let us know what you got coming, what you're excited for. Give it to us hard, buddy.
All right. So at the end of this month, November 30th, I'm going to be dropping an album. It's called Bummer. Yep. It's called Bummer. That's really what I've been working on the past few months.
Everybody watch out for the Assaiante album called Bummer, because there is, admittedly, a few less tracks than I would like to see from him, but absolutely astounding work, and you guys all need to check it out. Bummer by Assaiante.
Yes, sir.
And
Now,
Crow?
what are you excited? Now, what are you excited for?
Me still?
Yes, you.
Really not much else. I mean, that's really what I've been putting my entire focus on these past, few months. I mean, it's been a year or so since I've dropped like an actual album or anything, so it's really just a compiled project of things that I saw fit. So really just that. I'm really excited to put that out, have a new, sound, I'm kind of putting towards it. So
more or less, I would say that it coincides with, if you want any kind of hip hop or different changing frames of the music, keeping it fresh, any kind of new ideas that you want, Assaiante is the kind of kid to listen to. You want to listen to the entire album. I mean, I can't imagine it's any more than 10 or 12 songs. The kid keeps it very tight and distinct. Give that a listen on Spotify. It'll be on Apple Music. It's Assaiante, and the album will be called Bummer. Now we're going to move on to Krone. Krone, what are you excited for? What do you got coming up, pal?
I mean, I'm excited for Bummer now.
thanks, man.
Assaiante, always loved your wordplay and just flow and all that, and I think your sound's really good, so I'm pumped for that.
Appreciate it. Thanks, bro.
I'm pumped for we're ending the year, and I feel like I don't know, it's feels like it's gonna be a good next year, and I like the winter, so ready for some good vibes. Gonna be making a lot of music. I have a lot of music.
Is there any Krone music coming out within the upcoming?
I'm getting to that. So I was actually.
Don't let me fucking interrupt, bro.
I have about 15 to 20 songs that I've been trying to figure out how to turn them into a project. But there's some factions in it. So I'm releasing 3 songs, which are much more songwriting. You're hearing more singing on it.
When is that coming out? When is that coming out?
That's gonna come out the end of November. It's all done. I was gonna drop it this Friday, but then you told me the whole algorithm thing. So
right. So without getting too deeply into that means that Krone will be dropping these on roughly, if not the 27th of November. Give him a couple of weeks. All of Krone's music is utterly it's impeccable. From the music production to the singing to everything that Krone can encompass into one release is really just astounding. If you have any whatsoever, dreams or aspirations of being into music, Krone is the person to check out in the absolutely experimental range of things. Unbelievably talented person. Lee Wargo, any excitement for releases coming up in the few weeks, or maybe in the coming months?
Well, obviously now I'm excited for Krone to come out with his new just 15 to 20 songs, no big deal.
Krone has more.
No, it's gonna be 3. I've only figured out how to.
It will only be 3 songs, but the difference is the fact that when you listen to Krone, 3 songs are the equivalent of 15 on a normal, a generic hip hop release.
It sounds like somebody didn't know what they were doing and they just started copying and pasting shit on Logic.
That's Krone in a nutshell. Yeah, it's just more and more ideas, man. You just gotta keep the ideas flowing.
Yeah.
So
substance, not so much.
Obviously that, and then Bummer, and then I just want to get past all the political shit. I just don't want to hear about it anymore.
Amen, brother.
100%. Let's move past.
I just want people to have fun and not like have to do like a whole fucking background check on somebody before they can have fun with them. And
I will second and totally agree with Lee Wargo's argument here. What I will add on for my moment of free will is Aries, Fool's Gold, man. The kid, he writes, he raps, he sings, he produces the songs, he shoots the videos. There really is not many more talented artists than Aries in that predicament. I would also like to shout out the fact that Assaiante is shooting, if not releasing, his entire album in November. So we have that to look forward to in the coming weeks. And everybody is looking forward to Krone's 3 songs that he's releasing. I hate emo bands and the way that they release 2 or 3 songs at a time, but Krone is one of those, and he absolutely murders it every single time. He will leave you wanting more, and he will leave you angry at him for not releasing more at the time. Beyond that, my birthday is in 6 days, something like that. I have a new song coming out called Just in Time. After that, I believe that's Saturday that my birthday is. There is another song coming December 11th entitled I completely fucking forget what the name of the song is.
You should name
beyond that, I love you all. And thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Booze and Tunes podcast.
Thanks, everyone.
Hell yeah.